Ibarra at Capitan Tiago's house. Upon his arrival, he produced a favorable impression among the guests, except Padre Damaso, who was rude to him. In accordance with the German costume, he introduced himself to the ladies. During the dinner, the conversation centered on Ibarra's studies and travels abroad. Padre Damaso was in the bad mood because he got a bony neck and a hard wing of chicken tinola. He tried to discredit Ibarra's remarks. After dinner, Ibarra left Captain Tiago's house to return to his hotel. On the way, Lieutenant Guevara told him about his father's death. Lieutenant Guevara told him the sad story of his father's death in San Diego. Don Rafael, his father. He was a rich and brave man. He defended a helpless boy from the brutality of an illiterate Spanish tax collector, pushing the latter and accidentally killing him. Don Rafael was thrown in prison, where he died unhappily. On hearing about his father's sad story, Ibarra thanked the kind Spanish lieutenant and vowed to find out the truth about his father's death. The following morning, he visited Maria Clara, his childhood sweetheart. Maria Clara teasingly said that he had forgotten her because the girl in German is more beautiful than her. Ibarra replied that he had never forgotten her. After the romantic reunion with Maria Clara, Ibarra went to San Diego to visit his father's grave. So he visited his father's grave. At the cemetery, the gravedigger told Ibarra that the corpse of Don Rafael was removed by the order of the parish priest to be buried in Chinese cemetery. But the corpse was heavy. It was the dark, rainy night, so he decided to simply throw the corpse into the lake. So Ibarra was angry by the gravedigger's story. He left the cemetery. On the way, he met Padre Salve, the Franciscan parish priest of San Diego. In a flash, Ibarra pounced on the priest demanding redress for desecrating his father's mortal remains. The corpse was removed by the order of the parish priest. The parish priest is Padre Salve, so Ibarra thought that Padre Salve was the one who ordered to remove the corpse of Don Rafael. Padre Salve told him that he had nothing to do with it, for he was not the parish priest at that time of Don Rafael's death. It was Padre Damaso, his predecessors, who was responsible for it. Convinced of Padre Salve's innocence, Ibarra went away. In his town, Ibarra met several interesting people such as the wise old man, Tasio the philosopher, whose ideas were too advanced for his time, so that the people who could not understand him called him Tasio the lunatic. Aggressive school teacher who complained to Ibarra that the children were losing interest in their studies because of lack of proper schoolhouse, and the discouraging attitude of the parish friar towards both the teaching of Spanish and of the youth's modern tale of Sisa. The most tragic stories in the novels is the tale of Sisa, who was formerly a rich girl but became poor because she married a gambler and a wastrel at that. He became crazy because he lost her two boys, Basilio and Crispin. These two boys were sacristan in the church, working for a small wage to support their poor mother. Crispin, the younger of the two brothers, was accused by the brutal Christian mayor of stealing the money of the priest. He was tortured in the convent and died. Basilio was his brother's dying cries, ringing in his ears, escaped. When the two boys did not return home, Sisa looked for them everywhere, and in her great sorrow, she became insane. Ibarra and his friends gave a picnic at the lake. Among those two presents in this picnic were Maria Clara and her 4 girlfriends, the merry Sinyang, grave Victoria, the beautiful Inday, and the thoughtful Neneng. Aunt Isabel, chaperone of Maria Clara. Kapitana Teka, mother of Sinyang, Anding, foster sister of Maria Clara. Albino, the ex-theological student who was in love with Sinyang. An incident of picnic was the saving of Elias' life by Ibarra. Elias bravely grappled with a crocodile. He was caught in a fish corral, but the crocodile struggled furiously, so Elias could not subdue it. Ibarra jumped into the water and killed the crocodile, thereby saving Elias. A surrendering of a beautiful song by Maria Clara, who was a sweet voice upon the insistent request of her friends. She played and harped and sang. After Maria Clara's song and the crocodile incident, they went ashore. They made merry in the cold, wooden meadow. Padre Salve, Capitan Basilio, former Gobernador Silio, Sinyang father, the alferez, lieutenant of the Guardia Civil, and the town officials were present. The luncheon was served and everybody enjoyed eating. The meal over, Ibarra and Capitan Basilio played chess, while Maria Clara and her friends played the Wheel of Chance, a game based on fortune-telling book. As the girls were enjoying their fortune-telling game, Padre Salvi came and tore the book into pieces, saying that it was a sin to play such a game. Shortly thereafter, a sergeant and 4 soldiers of Guardia Civil suddenly arrived, looking for Elias, who was hunted for assaulting Padre Damaso and throwing the alferez into the mud hole. So this is the song of Maria Clara at the lake.